Hello students, and now let us continue chapter number 1, part 3. Office bearers of a cooperative society. Office bearers are the members of the managing committee. Here the managing committee has the power to appoint office bearer for carrying the functions of the society. The secretary is one of the most important office bearer who's given the work for day-to-day conduct of business of the society. The secretary plays a very important role in day-to-day administration of affairs of the society. Now we are going to learn the different office bearers, their roles, and how are they elected. So now let us learn the most important office bearer, and that is the chairperson. He is also known as the chairman of the society. He is in charge and the main trustee of the affairs of the society. He has to preside over the meetings of the society and take decisions in consultation of his other members of the managing committee. He has to hold the annual general meeting and preside over it. Now let us learn how the chairperson is elected. The members of the society in a general meeting elects the chairperson if it has been provided in the bylaws. Generally, the election of the chairperson is carried out in the first meeting of the newly elected managing committee. In case a society is newly formed, the promoters may appoint the first managing committee from amongst themselves and elect the chairperson. Now, this managing committee will function until the election to form the regular management is held. In no case their tenure continues beyond the term of managing committee provided as per the bylaws. Sometimes we can say the chairman is called the manager of the meeting. Explain the role of the chairperson or chairman in the working of cooperative society, or let us learn the role of chairman in the effective working of a cooperative society. He has to see that the meeting is duly convened and conducted, to decide the order of motion to be decided at the meeting, to sign the minutes of the previous meeting, to ascertain the sense of the meeting, to decide the result of voting if poll is demanded, to maintain discipline in the meeting, to control the discussion at the meeting, to guide the discussion, to exercise casting vote if necessary. A very important point, and it also sometimes asked for fill in the blanks, who can exercise the casting vote, and that is the chairman. To put the resolution for vote if poll is demanded. To see that the provisions of the Act, rules and bylaws are complied with. Removal of chairperson. For the removal of the chairperson, the members of the society must call a special general meeting or extraordinary general meeting. The right of removal of chairperson is given to the members if they found a chairperson is not functioning properly for the internal management of the society. The majority members of the society should give a representation duly signed by them to the Registrar of Cooperative Societies. The Registrar of Cooperative Society may call the meeting. In the meeting, the cause of removal of chairperson may be discussed and decisions may be taken in the matter. The members of the society present for the meeting should take this discussion unanimously. Then we have the vice chairperson. Now the vice chairperson is the second very important office bearer in the management of cooperative organization. Many a times the chairman of the society has to remain absent and could not attend the important work of the society. So that is the time when the vice chairperson takes the role of the chairperson. Now, there are many reasons wherein the chairperson may remain absent, and that is the time when the vice chairperson takes the role of the chairperson. So, now let us know some of the important reasons for which the chairperson may remain absent during the society's work. There may be some other important meeting at the time when there is society's important work or the meeting, maybe on a tour or at outstation, may be discharging some other important duty of the society, may have important duty at his office of profit and the work of the society is honorary, may be sick or have some illness, may arise some important family problems at the time when there is society's work, may be due to some important personal work. There may be any other important work which arises suddenly. Election of the Vice Chairperson. The election of the Vice Chairperson is conducted as per the provisions of the bylaws of the society. Generally, the procedure adopted to elect the Vice Chairperson is as same as that used for election of Chairperson. Hence, the Vice Chairperson is elected in the similar manner as the Chairperson is elected. Now, what is the role of Vice Chairperson? A Vice Chairperson has to play the role mainly in the absence of the Chairperson. Vice Chairperson has to discharge all the duties of the Chairperson in his absence. As per the Act and bylaws, in the absence of Chairperson, all the powers are delegated to the Vice Chairperson. Now, the Vice Chairperson has to conduct the meetings and presides over the same in the absence of the Chairperson. Now, the decision taken at such meetings are considered legal as he has been conferred the powers by the Act to do so. Therefore, he acts as a chairperson at that particular time, and at all other times he plays the role of advisor to the chairperson and to the managing committee or the board of directors. The secretary. Secretary is an important office bearer of a cooperative society. He is sometimes called as the chief executive of the society, as he executes all the decisions taken by the managing committee. He is responsible for to be carried out all the work by the society. He performs the duties as assigned by the managing committee. Let us learn how the secretary is appointed. A secretary is being the most important person in the management. An expert in the field has been appointed and the managing committee delegates important powers to him. He need not be in the managing committee. He may be a paid staff and is paid a salary or remuneration for the job carried out. At such time, he is the ex officio member of the managing committee. Sometimes an expert is available in the managing committee itself. Hence, he can be appointed or nominated or elected as a secretary as per the provisions of the bylaws. He has been empowered to conduct the duties of the secretary. In this case, he is not entitled to a salary or remuneration from the society. However, he is entitled for some honorarium for the work that he offers to the society on behalf of the managing committee. He is a person whose work is to keep good rapport with others. It means he is specially appointed to conduct correspondence with others who are involved in the functioning of the society. Thank you, students.